the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I hope you're all doing really well. Remember, before we get into the video, do me a favor. It doesn't cost you anything. Just press like and press subscribe if you haven't already, guys. A bit of a sombering one, this one. England lost last night in the final of Euro 2020. Of course, you all know that, unless you're living under a rock. And I wanted to talk about a few important takeaways from yesterday before we talk about Liverpool arriving in Austria to start their pre-season camp. The first thing I have to say about the England team last night is well done. Well done to the manager, well done to each and every single one of those players for giving it everything and really temporarily making the country unite. Those lads deserve nothing but praise. And I'm incredibly proud of all of them. I have to say that. I also have to say, I mean, that goes for the manager as well, by the way. I thought he's been brilliant. Another thing I have to say is I'm sickened but not surprised about the abuse that's followed this morning towards Saka, Sancho and Rashford, the lads who missed the penalties. That is a reason. That is a reason, and James Redmond said it perfectly last night. That is why a lot of people don't support England. You know, it's so clear to see that racism is so alive and kicking in this country that a black man, forget being a black footballer, a black man has to now look over his shoulder in fear of getting stabbed or thrown in a lake or abused, vile abuse. That's just not fair. It's not right. It's not moral. And all these guys who are cheering on Sterling, cheering on Saka when they were at the Euros doing well, shame on you, you racist piece of shit. You disgust me. And I'm sorry to have to say it like it is, guys, but you know, you don't need me to tell you. You know, a lot of Liverpool fans aren't the biggest fans of England for one reason or another. But when something like that happens, it's clear to see why. It's just gone way too far, and it starts from the top. When the Prime Minister of our own country is calling Muslim women letterboxes, and they're saying that the youth of today have a Nigerian type obsession with money, and saying that, you know, watermelon smiles about black people. When the top of our country is a racist, what do you expect? Of course, there's going to be loads of racists in this country when people like Priti Patel are saying, yeah, you can boo the taking the knee. Taking the knee is for racial equality. And you're out here telling your followers to boo the knee. So you're basically telling them to boo racial equality. It's mental. And do you know what? The sad thing is, as soon as Saka missed that penalty last night, we all knew what was coming. We all knew what was coming. The racial abuse would set in. Just because this man he's not even a man, he's a kid, he's 19 years of age, man. This kid, bless him, has missed a penalty for England with so much pressure on his shoulders. Now that's all the bad things I want to say about last night. In terms of what's happened after it, during the game, for me, three things. Grealish should have come on after 65 minutes, or actually, Italy scored on 66 minutes. Bring Grealish on straight after that. That's my personal opinion. Another thing is you don't bring on Rashford and Sancho to take penalties. I don't care, man. You don't do that when either of them have had maybe more than 50 minutes in the whole tournament. These guys weren't ready to take a penalty, and that shouldn't have happened. But the third thing is, what I have to say is, yes, Southgate made that mistake of choosing the five penalty takers. Yes, he maybe brought on Rashford and Sancho. Yes, he definitely brought on Grealish too late. But his show of humility, as soon as when Saka missed that, you saw him go right up to Saka, force Saka's arms around his body so he could embrace and hug him and say, listen, I've been there, it's going to be okay. That's what I am proud of. And guys, like, as you know, Liverpool fans aren't the biggest England fans, but I was really proud to see England in that final. Listen, we're all from this country, most of us. And I really, really got behind the team more than I ever have probably. And I was really proud of their efforts because let's face it, you guys, you know my opinions on this government. I hate them. And I'll openly say that. I think this government that's leading our country they're the problem. They're the problem, and they're part of the reason why there is racial inequality in this country. It's because of them. However, I can't blame any of that on those lads and Gareth. I can't at all. It would be wrong to. These lads are fighting for racial equality, raising money for the NHS, you know, raising awareness about hate and you know, inequality online abuse. How can you even dare try and abuse these players? Whatever you think about England, you can't tarnish the England negativity brush with those players, because those players and the manager are on the right side of history, guys. They're the ones fighting for racial equality whilst our own fans boo it and then want to racially abuse the players when they miss a penalty. You just couldn't write it. But again, I'm not surprised because this is the country we live in. This is all stemming from the government. And it's only a small minority of people, of course, but these people are scum. And, you know, if you want to fight, if you want to be racist after a game, don't even go to it. Don't watch it. Don't drink. Don't participate in it. You disgust me, these people. You absolutely disgust me. And this is why, unfortunately, as quick as the country can unite after a great performance against Denmark, England, and Germany, sorry, Ukraine and Germany, you can see how quickly it divides. Minutes, seconds after a black man misses a penalty. It's madness. It's absolute madness. Let's get into a few of your comments. I've been on a little bit of a rant there, but Ali A says, morning, Alex. The racial abuse to Rashford, Sancho, and Saka is disgusting, and we need these people out of these platforms, but they won't. Musin, yes, Alex, big up the Kop TV. Heartbroken for the England team. Heartbroken for Saka as an Arsenal fan. Should never have taken the 5th penalty. Of course, but he did, and he had the bottle to take it. So that's what we should be focusing on. Saka should never have been in that position. Sancho and Rashford, again, shouldn't have been in that position. I would have liked to have seen Grealish take one, and to be fair to him, he's come out and already said today that he wanted one. So fair play to Jack Grealish. No bad words about him. He's one of my favourite non-Liverpool players. Jack Grealish, what a star. I'd like to see Luke Shaw have taken one. Confidence was sky high after his goal in the 2nd minute, which was actually the earliest goal that England have ever scored at the Euros, and there has ever been in a Euros final. So realistically, there's absolutely no need for any of this abuse. Even though I'm not English, I was gutted for England. It's not Saka's fault. It was Southgate chose the penalty taker order. Saka is the same age as me. Today morning, I'm still thinking about the pen. Claudia T, afternoon, Alex. The racial abuse was disgusting. Alex, do you know that Grealish wanted? Yes, there you go. That's what I just said. I don't blame certain people who don't support England. Why should they? And this was the first time that England as a nation and the team was fully united. But then you see how divided they are straight away. From, like I said, a small minority of racist people divide the nation as quickly as we can unite it. And bro, listen, you guys know, I've had such a great time on the Don Robbie streams for the last 6 weeks. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to present. I mean, presenting that Denmark game in the semi-final, that will go down in history for me. Seeing England get to a final was in a way our final, because as 20-something-year-olds, we've never seen it. And it was a real honor, man. I mean, so many ups and downs on those streams. I was there presenting when Christian Eriksen collapsed. I was there when England went through to the semi-final, presenting. Obviously, all those great times at the fan cams in the Flatiron. However, you know, last night, I'm not going to lie to you, it definitely felt like it was a damp squib, you know, to finish off. And what a channel that is, though, by the way, guys. Please, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to the Don Robbie YouTube channel. Unbelievable content creator, Robbie, and he's building an amazing studio set in London. And I just don't think anyone in the whole entire YouTube space in this country did the Euros quite like Don Robbie. So hats off to him. Shaw could have taken one. Respect to Maguire for taking one. We win, we lose to get together. Love that, David. I mean, Maguire smashed it in the top corner. Fair play to him. Fair play to Jordan Pickford. Really fair play. I mean, listen, guys, you know how much I've hated on Jordan Pickford in the last year for doing what he did to Van Dijk. But what a performance in the whole Euros from Jordan Pickford. And I didn't ever think I'd be saying that. But Jordan Pickford, fair play to you. Harry Maguire, fair play to you. Luke Shaw, fair play to you. John Stones, Kyle Walker, fair play to you. Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Raheem Sterling, fair play to you, you king. Fair play to Harry Kane, and fair play to Saka, to Mount, to Grealish, to Henderson, of course. I mean, these guys really did put everything into it this time. And as Master of Southern says, let's stop the hate. Skin colour does not define you as a player. Alex, did you see the fighting and someone throwing a black person in the river? I mean, that is just... And I'm hearing as well there was 14 stabbings of black people last night in London. People getting thrown in rivers. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, oh, man. Honestly, as someone who, you know, forget the fact that I've got a black girlfriend. That shouldn't even be coming out of my mouth. But as someone who is morally in touch with, you know, just human equality, hearing that, and imagine if that was my girlfriend. Oh my days. I'd be going to prison, bro. I would be going to prison. I swear. I'd be going to prison if that happened. I mean, the person who threw that person in, they should be going to prison. But if I ever saw any of my black friends or friends of color getting abused like that, I'm going to prison, bro. I'm defending them till I die. So it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We must be humble person before we attack someone. Colour not change humanity. We must avoid dirty, unwanted behaviour from our mind. Live together peaceably. Racism is abnormal. Yes, bro, I love that. Standing right now with Bukayo Saka, Sancho and Rashford. I'm here for you boys. Because the way you were treated after full time, seconds after, is disgusting, man. And I hope their loved ones are very close with them right now, because this must be a really dark time for Saka, especially who's missed the winning penalty. Listen, of course I wanted us to win. I didn't want Italy to win that. I was there supporting England. But when stuff like that happens after the game, you quickly forget about the reasons why we lost the game. Obviously, we lost the penalty shootout. Rashford missed. Sancho missed. They shouldn't have taken one. Saka shouldn't have taken one. So in a way, you do have to kind of look at Southgate and go, well, maybe you got your decision-making wrong there. But to lose on penalties, I mean, you can't have a go at Southgate for that. Yes, you got the order wrong, but you can't have a go at someone for losing on penalties, man. You can't. Such a cruel way to lose. Right, guys, listen, I'm really, spent from focusing on this hate so much. Gary Neville was on Sky Sports this morning perfectly, and he said, when the Prime Minister is condemning taking the knee, what do you expect? And that's all I want to say on it. AFC Comp says, things like this makes me not want to support England. That's why I support Jamaica, where I'm from. 100%. I can understand that. I can understand that. But the disappointing thing is that this team really united us, and the fans, we really thought we were one. And then when that penalty missed, you can see that this country still has a lot of work to do and a long way to go. Sterling, Grealish and Shaw should have taken the penalties. Yeah, I agree with that. If I was to swap 3 for the 3 that missed, of course it would be those 3. I would have maybe even left Henderson on, or maybe even started Henderson in the final. Yeah, really upsetting, that one, really, to be honest. Anyway, let's talk about Liverpool, shall we? That's why I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt today. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I want to show you some articles I've been reading this morning. First of all, this one, 5 things that we're really looking forward to as Liverpool return to pre-season. And if you guys like me sharing the screen and showing you where I'm getting my sources from, my information from, then do let me know in the comments. It's something that I do want to carry on doing. So this is Anfield, great website. And this is 5 things that Liverpool should look forward to for pre-season. Number 1 is the return of the centre-back trio, Gomez, Matip and Van Dijk. Unbelievable, boys. Can't wait for this. Obviously, we all know that Van Dijk's been out since October, Gomez November, and Matip January. So October, November, and January, we lost our 3 best centre backs. Unbelievable. But they've all been named in a 34-man squad that is travelling to Austria for pre-season. Now, very unlike Liverpool, they haven't actually announced their pre-season games yet, which is very strange. But here's another thing to look forward to. The first look at Konate as a red, the new number 5. Look at that. Beautiful shirt. 22. Very much looking forward to that. Harvey Elliott seizing the moment. There you go. I think that's got to be everyone's aim to get in the team, he says, to get in and around it at least. That was his own words after penning a long-term contract with Liverpool, something that I'll be delighted about, pinning him down for years to come, as he really shows us how much of a talent he is, not only at Blackburn, but at Liverpool as well. He's had some great performances. The little diamond will need to put in the work, and it will be intriguing to see how Klopp utilises him. Very excited for that. Will a youngster jump out from the crowd? We've all seen Billy the Kid. We've seen Owen Beck in the spotlight last summer. Obviously, players like Trent and Curtis Jones have come through the ranks that have been brilliant. And who knows, maybe we might have a new youngster that we all are a big fan of. And fans and normality. I mean, isn't that the thing that we're looking forward to the most, guys? I mean, I can't wait to be interviewing the fans for you guys outside of every single stadium. Yeah, the friendlies in Austria are set to allow fans, and with Anfield expected to host a fixture this summer, it will be the first time since March 2020, the game against Atletico Madrid, that a capacity crowd can attend. There's no noise like an Anfield noise. There you go. Love that. Right, there's 5 things to look forward to during the pre-season then. Love that very much. Let's show you this next article that I've been reading this morning that equally I'm very excited to show you guys. Let's get it up for you now. It's this one. It's Liverpool's numbers at the Euros. Again, from This Is Anfield. It's the maiden goals and final berth. Liverpool FC at Euro 2020 in numbers. So 24 teams obviously took place in this, and Liverpool had representation in 4 of them. We had Jordan Henderson, Thiago, Xherdan Shaqiri, Diego Jota, Harry Wilson, Nico Williams, and Andy Robertson. So sorry, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries that we were actually representing. Brilliant effort. 29 games combined for Liverpool's representatives in the tournament. Number of victories was 12 for the Liverpool players at the Euros. Look at that. Brilliant shot there of Henderson celebrating his first ever goal for England. Total goals scored. Shaqiri, the best for Liverpool. 3 goals for him. 1 goal for Jota and 1 goal for Henderson. 1,368 minutes played. The total minutes played combined. Robertson, Wilson, Williams, Shaqiri, Thiago and Henderson and Jota playing the second most games there. Minutes after Shaqiri. 372 for him. The total number of assists, Shaqiri got 1 and Jota got 1. The Reds that reached the qualifying stages were 6. The minutes of the least used player was Wilson. Harry Wilson only got 50 minutes. Really sad to see that. 0 yellow cards shown to Liverpool players, which really does show how well disciplined Liverpool are. Not only as Premier League players, but also internationally as well. Didn't get any red cards last season for Liverpool. Unbelievable. Minutes of the most used player, that was Shaqiri. 1 red card was dished out for Wilson. And Shaqiri made the most starts. And 1 player was in the final, and that was Jordan Henderson. So, yeah, very mixed results for England pre-season. Right, Alié says he can't wait for VVD, Konate, Matip, Gomez, Salah and Mane. Love that. My eyes are firmly on Harvey Elliott for pre-season, says Master of Southern. Me being an Irishman, mad seeing how they treat their own stars is disturbing and vile. That's why England fans have a bad reputation around the world. My heart goes out to the 3 lads that's missed. Big up to you guys. Love that comment from an Irishman. Look, I'm Irish as well. I'm English and Irish. My name is Gilday, which is a Gaelic name. So don't get me wrong. There's parts in my head that think, can I get behind this team as much as I want to? And I was totally invested in them because, again, I have to reiterate it. these lads showed us a different side to the word England, and one that I could really get behind. They represented all the players and people around this country that never felt represented. And then it was divided so quickly. Claudia T says she loved the Konate video. Alex Grizz said we'll be making a signing soon. And Trent went back to his old haircut, which we can see here. Some pictures coming in from the official Liverpool website as several Reds arrive in Austria for our pre-season tour. There you go. There's Sadio Mane, beautifully dressed, arriving in a beautiful location, that is, in Salzburg. Beautiful, outstanding sights in Salzburg there. Mohamed Salah arriving, black t-shirt, black shades, keeping it nice and casual. Big smile on his face, though. He's very happy to be back in pre-season. And there's the big man. Look how beautiful he is. He's been tanned. He's wearing the old Adidas t-shirt. Of course, he's sponsored by Adidas. He's got 2 suitcases there. Jurgen Norbert Klopp arriving in Salzburg as well. And then you've got Trent, obviously didn't make it to the Euros, was injured, but he's gone back to his old hair there, as Alié says, with 2 suitcases, arriving in the hotel. And there's Sadio Mane as well. There you have Kostas Tsimikas, who really hasn't done much for Liverpool so far, but there he is a year in. And there's Adrian as well, with a questionable polo shirt. And should he even be at this pre-season, who even knows? But since Sancho and Rashford were brought in very late, were they trained in being penalty specialists? Did they bottle it? They didn't bottle it, mate. They didn't bottle it. No one's bottled it. No one has. No one has. But guys, a quick reminder to you, if you guys didn't know already, I am moving to Liverpool in 3 days from now. I'm moving there on Thursday. We're going to be setting up the podcast, the Hot Topics podcast with James Redmond, very soon. And I can't wait. So guys, remember, I need all your support, man. I'm trying to get to 10K before Christmas. So if you could help me by hitting that subscribe button, it would be hugely, hugely appreciated, man. So if you can show some love, you know, we're going to be stepping it up again with content on the channel. I've been so busy during the Euros, as you guys all know, but we're going to be stepping up the content. Don't worry about that. It's been tough, this video. I can't lie to you. It has been tough to do. But hey, that's football. Guys, big up to you guys. So much love to you for the comments and being so supportive during the Euros on Don Robbie's stream. I recognise a lot of your names on here that were on the streams as well, giving me a lot of love. So massively appreciate that. Big up to you guys. And as soon as Liverpool do announce some kind of pre-season fixture list, then I'll of course be commenting about that. As soon as we sign someone, don't worry, I'll have a video for you on that. As soon as there's a rumor that we're maybe signing someone, I'll have a video on that. And the new podcast, Transfer Rumors, it's all coming for you guys. But you know, it's a very sad state today. I'm really upset with how some fans have reacted to England crashing out. And listen, it doesn't just affect you know, the players. Think about these poor women and men who are, you know, victims of domestic abuse whenever England don't win. So yeah, difficult, this one, difficult. Guys, I'm going to love you and leave you there. You've had an insight to Liverpool arriving in Salzburg for your pre-season. Like I said, give us a like, comment and subscribe, and we'll be with you again very soon on Kop TV. Take care. Much love. Spread the love, guys. Spread that love. Big up to you all. Have a lovely day. And all focus is now on Liverpool as we approach the new season. Take care. Much love.
Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.